Und willkommen zurück zu Shinrai Broken Beyond Despair und wir werden jetzt weiterhin hier diese ganzen Extra-Dinger mal durchgehen. Raiko's Diary haben wir noch. Today Bara-chan and I went to the graveyard again in order to pay my sister and Momoko another visit. Though as always, she was too scared to actually enter it and decided to stay behind. At this point I really doubt she'll ever overcome her fears of the supernatural. Oh well, her staying behind actually wasn't such a bad thing. While she was waiting for me, she met Kenji, who wanted to pay our deceased classmates a visit as well. The two of them ended up chatting for a bit and as a result Bara-chan learned some interesting things. Apparently Hiro and Kenji knew each other for a long time. They had been pretty close friends during their childhoods, although in recent years they somewhat drifted apart due to varying interests. Nevertheless, it looks as though Kenji knows a lot more about Hiro than any of our other classmates. So, driven by her curious nature, Bara-chan naturally couldn't help herself but squeeze him for some info about him. Also erfahren wir noch was über das Arschloch. Ob er eventuell doch irgendwie nachvollziehbare Gründe hat oder so. Just like me, she really wanted to know what had led him to become such a self-centered egomaniac, to the point where he would even see girls such as Momoko and Runa as nothing more than a means to increase his popularity. From what Kenji has told her, it seems as though Hiro basically grew up on his own. His mother left when he was only 5 years old and his father mostly neglected him. Part of it was due to his job, but also because instead of with his son, he'd much rather prefer to be spending his time with one woman after the other. Which is probably the reason why his wife left in the first place. Also ist er total beziehungsgestört und hatte überhaupt keine richtige Vorbildrolle, was Beziehungen angeht. Sondern sein Vater war auch schon so einer, der halt Frauen kommen und gehen lassen hat, so quasi ohne Liebe oder so und sie wie Spielzeuge behandelt hat oder so. Er konnte halt überhaupt nicht lernen, wie man sozial ist und so und weil er zu Hause halt vollkommen ignoriert wurde, musste er woanders seine Aufmerksamkeit kriegen. Either way, since he never really got any attention at home, Hiro naturally tried to seek it elsewhere. Genau. And there was only one place where he could. School. According to Kenji, Hiro got pretty average to almost abysmal grades for most of his early school life. One day, however, he managed to get the highest score in one of his exams and, as a result, received a lot of praise from his teacher and classmates. For someone who was desperate for attention, he must have really enjoyed that. So much, in fact, that from that day forth he began to spend most of his time studying and exercising, just so that he would continue getting good grades at as many subjects as possible. Needless to say, people really admired him for his effort. Unfortunately, at some point, all that praise and attention must have gotten to his head. Ich weiß ja nicht, was das für eine Schule war, aber ich weiß noch, dass als ich früher in der Schule war, dass es keine Sau interessiert hat, was du für Noten hattest. Wirklich keine Sau hat das interessiert. Es war allen scheißegal eigentlich. Man hat zwar immer gefragt, und was hast du? Aber niemand hat irgendwie gesagt, boah, du hast ja die beste Note von allen. Und eigentlich war das allen scheißegal. Im Gegenteil war es ja sogar so, dass wenn man wirklich gute Noten hatte und man wirklich so viel Zeit nur mit Lernen verbracht hat und sowas, dass man dann gerne mal als Streber bezeichnet und ausgegrenzt wurde. Also es ist schon eine komische Schule. He probably started to enjoy bathing in the spotlight a little too much until he became the arrogant show-off I knew him as. Still, that he wouldn't even go as far as using Momoko and Runa to gain attention. Not even Kenji seems to know how he could treat them the way he did. However, if I were to take a guess, I'd say he might have simply picked up that from his father. Genau, habe ich mir auch schon gedacht. Seeing his dad bring home different women all the time, Hiro probably grew up thinking that it was okay to switch them out at a moment's notice. That they weren't really worth anything. He simply might have never learned to treat a girl and her feelings with respect. Or maybe since his mother had abandoned him and all those other women were stealing the attention from his father that he had been so desperate for, he might have grown to hate women in general, consciously or subconsciously. Anyway, I'm no psychologist, so all I can do here is speculate. But paired with his self-centered personality, it certainly would explain a lot. Even if it doesn't by no means excuse anything he's done. However, at the very least I think I can understand him a little better now. Why he thought treating girls in such a way was okay, and why he was so focused on getting attention all the time. Like in so many other cases, it all leads back to a shitty family life. Dann haben wir noch Extra Scene A. Hey, stop it! Oh my, you look fantastic! Jetzt hat sie ihr den Schwanz doch angehängt. Let me take a picture! No! Leave me alone! So, do you want me to buy a fox set for you too, my little cuttlefish? No way! Schade. Wer bist du denn? Kagayaku. My, aren't we carefree? Genjoku Kagayaku. Okay, alles unknown über ihn. Er mag Casinos, Hostess Clubs und Neonlichter und mag keine Slot Machines. Obwohl man die ja in einem in einem Casino findet, ne? Yo, Kaleido-chan. Over here. Ah, über sie erfahren wir jetzt noch was. Sie mag Hunde, Frieden und Ruhe und Retro-Gaming. Und sie mag keine öffentlichen Verkehrsmittel, sehr schön. Wer mag die schon? What up? Feeling dandy today? How did it go? Straight to business as usual, huh? Not even gonna give your partner a hi? Why am I even still trying? Oh well. It went okay, I guess. Ist das der Typ, mit dem Nobaras Vater ein Meeting hatte? He was a bit hesitant at first, but in the end he agreed to it. I mean, it's not like he had much of a choice. That him? The guy with the glass and the red muffler making a fool of himself? Yup, that's him. Will he really be up for it? He better be. What if he isn't? Don't ask if you already know the answer. By the way, you probably figured it out already, but the girl in the red jacket is his daughter. Might want to memorize her face. Who are the others? People whose faces you better burn into your memory as well. Understood. Anyway, I guess it's time to head back to the Red Fang and give our report, eh? Das klingt ja so, als hätte der sich da mit zwielichtigen Typen eingelassen. Yes. Wanna go for a drink later? No. Come on, would it hurt to say yes for once? Sie hat doch davor yes gesagt. I just did. Yeah, but not to me asking you out. You're really breaking my heart, you know. There is no heart to break. That might just be true. Oh, well, let's scram. Was für edgy Typen das doch sind. New character profiles. New Kek profiles have been added. Wir haben noch diese Szene hier. Yuichiro. Aha, spending time with his family mag er. Und er mag keine Käfer testen. Und er mag keine Flugzeuge, okay. Und er ist ein Wissenschaftler. Aha. Ist das, wie er nach Hause... Ach, guck mal, die sind doch da. Juju? Hey, Rick, John. I was wondering where you disappeared to. What are you doing outside? Didn't you want to try out the new game? Well, I still intend to do that, but after it took almost half an hour to install, it's now downloading a whole bunch of updates. Which is also gonna take a while. Wer kennt das nicht, oder? Wer kennt das nicht? Es ist so toll, diese Zeit, in der wir jetzt sind, wo man alles aus dem Internet runterladen muss und nichts mehr von der fucking CD, DVD oder Blu-ray runterinstalliert wird. Man muss immer irgendeinen Scheiß aus dem Internet noch runterladen. Ich finde das so nervig. So I thought I'd step outside for a bit to get some fresh air and look at the stairs. Oh, I see. That sucks. You can say that again. I sure miss the good old days of plug and play. True. Finde ich auch, ja. Das war cool, als man das noch einfach so machen konnte und nicht irgendwie stundenlang irgendwelche Updates noch aus dem Internet runterzuladen. Well, I'm always ready for some plug and play, if you know what I mean. Uh-huh. I'd gladly take you up on that offer, but not as long as Raichan is still awake. Oh, and here she goes again, always ruining my fun. Hey, come on now. As if you have any right to complain. You're the one always ruining hers. She was in a really bad mood when she got home, you know. From what she told me, you once again turned that shopping trip into a living hell for her. Oh, you know she likes to exaggerate. Nein, weiß genau, dass du einfach keine anderen Hobbys hast, als ihr Leben zur Hölle zu machen. It wasn't that bad. I just teased her a little. Ja, du machst aber auch nichts anderes. Like you teased her about the girl she met at the park. You know, the one you told me was a girlfriend. She made abundantly clear to me that that's not true. But you knew that all along, didn't you? Maybe. Seriously, you shouldn't tease her like that. You know she doesn't like it. Well, it's not like I purposely tried to tick her off. Ich würde gerne noch das Treffen zwischen Raiko und Carmen sehen, wo sie sich den Hentai zusammen angucken. Weil das stelle ich mir ziemlich weird vor. On the contrary, I'm just trying to help her. She's always such a grumpy little party pooper. She needs to loosen up a little and learn to have some fun again. I'm not sure you're going about it the right way, though. But what else am I supposed to do? Seriously, I'm not doing this because I enjoy seeing her get mad. I'm just worried about her. She used to be so different. When Raiko was still around, das heißt aber nicht, dass du ihr das dann aufzwingen musst. Back then we used to tease each other all the time. Yeah, I remember that. Raichan was even worse than you. She and Raichan were quite a pair of troublemakers, weren't they? They sure were the perfect partners in crime. It was so much fun when the three of us ganged up on you. Yeah. Well, back then I didn't think I'd ever say this, but I sure miss that. Me too. I wish we could just go back to that. But she's changed so much ever since that incident. Erfahren wir denn jetzt auch noch, was genau da passiert ist? I thought that if I kept teasing her like back then, it would show her that everything can still be like it used to be. But it's not that simple, is it? Well, you can't force these things. And you need to think about whether you're really doing this for her or just for you. You know why she's become like this. Even if you want her to go back to her old self, she doesn't. And you can't really blame her for that. Not after what happened. It's only natural that she's changed. Ihr redet immer so den heißen Brei rum. Was genau ist denn passiert? I guess I have to admit that I'm doing it most for myself. I always really enjoyed teasing her, so I was hoping that we could just go back in time. Even though I know she doesn't want to. I'm pretty selfish, aren't I? Well, I'm sure she doesn't mind a little teasing every now and then. I mean, she's used to it. Just don't take it too far. You need to consider her feelings as well. And don't forget, even though she might have changed, she's still our daughter. I know that. And I still love her as much as ever. You know that there's nothing more important to me than the two of you. Still, I just wish she'd tease me again. I wish she'd smile all day again. I wish she would enjoy life again. Rick-chan. Curses, I really miss that. Just as much as I miss Raiko. Yeah, me too. But what's done is done, and as sad as it is, all we can do now is keep moving forward. And as you can see, she is. She might be taking slow steps, but there are steps forward nonetheless. I guess so. One day she might go back to her old self, but we need to wait for her to do so at her own pace. Only she knows when she's ready. Wounds that deep simply don't heal so fast. For now, just be happy that she's even taking those first steps. I am. I really am. After she shut herself off, I feared that she would never let anyone else get close to her again. And I got really scared that it might become even worse after that Halloween party. So when I saw her at the park today, it made me so happy that it brought tears to my eyes. Weil sie neue Freunde gefunden hat. I guess you're right. I should probably stop being so stuck on the past and focus more on the positive things, shouldn't I? I'm sorry for even bringing this up again. I didn't mean to put a damper on your evening. It's fine. To be honest, while I was out here alone, I kept thinking about the same things anyway. But as much as it hurts about the past, hurts thinking about the past, I'm still happy when I look at the present. I mean, I knew there was something fishy about that girlfriend thing, but I'm just glad to see that she's finally starting to open up to more people again. Yeah, I just hope that that really is the case and she isn't going to push that Carmen girl away. Even if it isn't reciprocated, she's definitely got her eyes set on our daughter, I assure. Ja, I'll believe it when I see it. Also Carmen empfindet schon was für Raiko, denke ich mal, aber Raiko wirkte eher so, als ob sie auf Taiko steht. I've learned to never blindly trust anything you say ever again. Hey now, you're making it sound like I'm a perpetual liar or something. Are you telling me you're not? You enjoy this teasing thing too, don't you? What can I say? It's in the family. Das ist das Family Business. Hey, Rie-chan? Been looking for us? Come, join us for a bit. But close the door behind you. Ach, das ist er. Er sagt das. Come join us for a bit, but close the door behind you. Don't want the cold air to get inside, right? Okay. So, what exactly are you doing outside at this hour? Just enjoying the night sky while the new game is updating. Yep. Definitely nothing suspicious going on here. Wir haben auch gar nicht über dich geredet. Hey, what are you giving me that face for? You're not telling Dad things that are completely and utter nonsense again, are you? What? First your dad and now you too? Always with the false accusations. I'm innocent. This time at least. Hey, I'm telling the truth. Like, really? Hard to believe. See? I told you. That's what you get from your continuous shenanigans. You'd better start working on building up some credibility again. Sounds like a hassle. If it's gotten to this point already, I can't just go all out instead. You haven't even seen my true form yet. If it's gonna be even worse than on our wedding day, I'm not sure I want to. Anyway, I'm kinda in a really good mood now. I think the update should be done soon, so how about it? I'm gonna make us something nice for dinner and then we can check out that game together. It's been a while since we did a family gaming night. Sounds good to me. Especially the part where you take care of dinner. I'm feeling super lazy tonight, so I just want to kick back and relax. And what about you, Rai-chan? Your mom did the game's soundtrack, so you're curious too, aren't you? I guess. Well, why not? Aha, sie hat also den Soundtrack für das Game gemacht. Ja, interessant, ne? Alrighty then. Let's go back inside and... Hey, wait a sec. Rai-chan? You didn't actually close the door behind you, did you? Habt ihr euch jetzt ausgesperrt? Huh? I did? You told me to? Is there a problem with that? Don't tell me you didn't take a key with you again. Are you serious? Does that mean we're locked out now? What? I guess I'm gonna call Henjin. Nobara's Vater. New character profile has been added. Was ist das hier? Können wir das... Das können wir nicht anklicken. Ja gut, wir können das hier scheinbar nicht sehen. Character Profiles. Kaleido, ne? A mysterious young woman, Nobara-chan and I met while we were running from our parents. I have no idea who this woman is, but I saw her together with Mr. Akadori's publisher at the town park. The two of them were watching us for a while, but I guess that might not be much of a surprise, considering the scene we caused. She radiates a rather mysterious aura, and despite stopping in front of us to tell me that my fox ears were cute, seems more like the introverted and taciturn kind of person. She reminds me a bit of myself, which actually makes me kind of curious about her, because the guy she was with had a rather loud voice. I at least caught her name, although I doubt Kaleido was her real name. Und das ist der Publisher, ne? A young man I noticed at the park. He was observing us for a bit. Mr. Akadori knows him. According to Mr. Akadori, this guy is a publisher. According to him. Das Fragezeichen steht da auch schon. Und er hat ja auch irgendwas geredet. Ich glaube, der steckt in irgendeinem Mafia-Business oder sowas drin. According to Mr. Akadori, this guy is a publisher for one of his books. He had a meeting with him at the park shortly before running into Mom and deciding to take along for our shopping trip. I noticed the man standing in the distance watching us for a while. He gave off an off vibe. I can't put it into words, but his presence made me feel uneasy. Mr. Akadori also seemed a bit nervous when I brought him to his attention. He said that he's a nice guy, but considering his reaction, I'm not quite sure about that. I definitely get the feeling there's more to this, but it's nothing of my business. Either way, that guy certainly seems a bit young to be a publisher. Also vertrauen kann man dem eher nicht so. So. CG Collection, Consolation. Achso, das, okay. Scenes and Diaries. Wie schaltet man das denn jetzt noch frei? Wir haben hier natürlich die ganzen CGs und so. Surprise! Gratefulness. Hero's Body. Momoko's Body. Back to back. So, ich denke mal, dass das alles war, was wir jetzt erstmal machen können. Wir sehen uns dann bei einem anderen Projekt wieder. Bis dann, Leute. Ciao.